What do you think the role of the church should be to these new sort of immigration laws that are being passed in places like Alabama and Arizona? Should it be sort of a willful disobedience or like a new sanctuary movement? Should it be sort of a accepting of it until like you can go through legal channels? What should the church's response to those new laws be?
Yeah, I think that that's a great question, and that's precisely why I was in Alabama, to talk to Christian leaders and to begin having this dialogue. One of the things that I would say that is understandable is that when the federal government fails to act and pass immigration reform, it does leave the door open for states to begin taking their own action like this, and that's the trend now that we're seeing. My goal is to like here's some of the portions of the Alabama law that came out. Okay, all right, you can't if you give somebody a job, that's a criminal offense. Okay, if somebody's here illegally, it's a criminal offense. I mean, those are the things that we've known. A child goes to enroll in school, and some of these kids were born here, right? So they are U.S. citizens. But you cannot enroll in school if the answer to the second question is were your parents born in this country? So again, here children who are born in the United States are now at the kind of subject to that type of situation. If you help an immigrant in any way, you give them a ride, you knowingly assist them in this or that. If you rent to an immigrant, okay, if you rent an apartment to somebody who's undocumented, you can also be written up. So, like, again, I'm there, I was born here and all, but all of that says to me, and this has been the fear, okay, in Arizona and many places, is the racial profiling that really will begin to happen. So it's beginning to bring up some of these issues, but then asking the church, is there any part of this law that you think we need to confront? Okay, what the Catholic Church and some of the mainline churches began to do in Arizona, they said, you know what, we're not going to stay silent when you tell me that if I see a person who's undocumented and I help them, that's illegal. We're going to do it. You know, we're going to do this as a Christian response. So in that sense, folks have already begun to say that kind of thing. Now, in Alabama, I don't think anybody's talking about sanctuary, but I think, to me, it's a question of beginning to at least have dialogue, and very few Christians are even engaged in the process of dialogue about these laws.